So you're the journalist? Yeah, maybe about time the media doesn't fuck up something. Fuck, I'll give you a little bit of story. Why not? After all, I gotta kill my time somehow. As far as names can go, you can call me... What about...
What's your name?
William Hart.
Out of all the starts I did have in Monroe, I can promise you this. I doubt anyone else's start to Monroe was nowhere near as fun as it was for me. Or as fun as it will be.
Alright, you wanna play them games, you fuck! You charge you prick!
You piece of shit!
Thanks.
That dumb here really impressed me.
What are your ambitions?
Survival.
Alright, good answer.
Now if we're gonna get into the logical reasons of why Monroe specifically, well, why not? There, I can disappear into the population and find myself a job anywhere. After all, who wouldn't want to hire a gentleman who can read and write and even went to college? Seems only correct, right? I had fled to Monroe to escape the noose. I had to. I mean, what's the point of all that education if I just got hung from the nearest tree, right? As for where I went, I drifted around. Roads, once. I liked that town. I'd visit it again. I never liked much the West. So I had to land somewhere in the middle. Valentine had a lot of people, it was well populated, and there was good poker, so it was the logical choice. No, I'm not gonna lie, of course. I had to try and gain a reputation early on. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But that's all for later. We'll figure that part out. Anyway, I do believe my first gunfight happened when I was only a day or two in the state. I believe it was due to the involvement of a Deputy J. Harper.
Sir.
Good evening.
Could you come with me very quickly?
Very well.
Reason? Well, that's actually quite simple, see. Turns out Jay had a personal feud with a gang called the Strays. I wouldn't find out their name or reasoning why till later on. But turns out a couple of them were in town. They outnumbered him. So he hired me as a deputy.
I'll personally pay you $50.
Make it 100, you got a deal.
On the way out, before Hawkins even had a chance to give me the shotgun I needed to be an actual threat, those outlaws showed up. And what was the first thing Hawkins did as soon as he realized we were outnumbered? He decides to go, fuck it, I'm gonna start threatening him. Like the absolute buffoon he is. Then the gunfight began. Fucking Jay Hawkins. As soon as the gunfighting stopped, we had no other choice. We either had to run after them, which we couldn't do because we were outnumbered, or we just took the one we had as a win. We went for the second option. What a fucking waste of time. After that, Hawkins finally managed to pay me and give me the shotgun. I went down to the gun store to pick up some ammunition where I Let's call it get into an altercation with locals. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. When I finally woke up, I was in the hospital. Turns out the other outlaw snuck a gun in and escaped, so it was all for nothing. Didn't matter much to me, though. I still got my money, and I got a walk-away shotgun I sold the next day. Fair trade, in my opinion. I never worked with law again after that, especially after the fucking useless display that Jay Hawkins showed me. Afterwards, I did some drifting, of which I eventually met Lance, and through him, his friend Lem, a bank robber. He'd give me some work in the future. Lem was talking about robbing some bank. He said he needed an extra gunman, so I volunteered. Coincidentally, I had a chance to prove my aim because right afterwards I got into a little altercation with a British gentleman. He swung on me when I had my gun out. Well, I guess you could call it that.
Alright, we wanna play them games, you fuck!
Now I would like to make the point now of just how stupidly arrogant I was during this time. I still had some of that young man bravado that made me feel invincible in some way. Not that it was an excuse, but it was good to understand where my head was around this time. Though I don't regret shooting the guy, he was extremely fucking annoying and he swung on me. Shouldn't have brought the Irish way to America, should he? After going around and not being able to find any game for a while, a couple of the boys and I went down to the Shamrock, me for some coffee, and them to apparently shoot the fucking place. Little did I know I'd come back here at some point, but best not spoil a good story now, right? Anyway, after that I had a third altercation. I went to the bank to withdraw some funds, and a fucking native came out from God knows where and tried to rob me at knife point. With a knife. I had a gun. I don't think I need to tell you which way this went for the poor bastard. My body count was rising. The law started to take notice. Realized ever since I entered town, the rise in defensive shootings were starting to go up. But that didn't matter much. I just had to keep my head low and not get caught doing anything illegal, which I'm good at. I'm never good at leaving any witnesses. As much as I was flattered by the reputation, I didn't need it. I preferred to be known as the one guy that no one knew about, rather than the one that everyone knew could kill people. But it didn't matter much. Lem finally sent the telegram gathering the boys in, and we were all gonna go and rob a bank finally, make some money. I saw this as my big chance to see if this whole outlaw shtick was finally something I could pull off, or if I truly lost any real purpose I had with my college tuition. In terms of how we actually did the robbery, I wasn't actually in the bank. Instead, I was put on the ambush crew. So, while the other ones were running off, guess who they left to fight the lawman? get arrested that day. There's a wound on my back, going clean through. First real gunshot I've ever gotten. I don't know if I killed anybody. I don't know if I severely wounded anyone. What I do know is 2 of ours got caught. And I wasn't one of them. I laid low, but turns out afterwards the boys didn't want to pay me. Upon knowing this, and then hearing that they were starting to get a little grippy, I started to think, why wouldn't they just kill me then? Tie up any loose ends. I didn't want to take the risk, so I fled. When I finally returned to Monroe, I had learned through folk around Valentine that Lem and all them boys, they went out west. So I went east. Rose, Van Horn, St. Denis. I fit in there. My charismatic personality was either way.
What are your ambitions?
Surviving.
I don't remember what he looked like, to be honest with you.
All right, good answer.
You said it. If Lem hadn't cheated me, and his boys hadn't cheated me, out of all that money from the bank, I don't think I'd be here. Well, at least not working for the folk I do now, anyway. I don't regret that one bit. Either way, that's all I'm telling you fucking journalists this time. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back one day and you can buy me another drink for another, story. I'll see you around, journalist. Oh, and, don't believe everything you read. Hi, how are ya? Alright, I'm back. Now, I know I said I'd be changing it the kind of content I'd be doing a lot, and as you already know, this is the frequent meetings we have between every video. Yeah, while I'm not that proud of the voice acting in this video, if you can also tell, the mic quality was really shifty between the clips and the actual narration. That's because I only got in my HyperX mic here only a couple of days ago, and I've only been able to record this for a few days. So I kind of just had to make do with what I had. So I decided to try and go with a Macratty style video from the Wild RP. Way better video than this, by the way. Link to it will be in the description. But either way, I am still proud of how this is somewhat going. And I have so much stuff to delete because the original narration for it was kind of shit because I did it at 2 a.m. and I was tired. So all of the narration you hear, I went back, listened to what I originally had, redid it, and then so I just had to Frankenstein all of this back together. It's not that crazy, but still, I'm happy it came out passable. Like I said, I do plan to make more videos moving forward, and yeah, thank you. Later.